the deal, folks. Again, this is my opinion. You want to say this is for entertainment purposes only? This is my opinion. I don't have an inside track to anybody that has told me this. It's my opinion just on what I gather, what I look at. I believe that TPUSA was likely infiltrated somewhere probably mid to late 23 on into 24. Now, for a long time, for 1 year, almost 10 months, it just flipped 10 months since he was assassinated. The question I've asked is one of the questions I've asked, but this is probably the biggest one, and I still can't totally figure it out. How did Charlie Kirk not see all this coming? Or did he see it? Because I don't believe he's involved or was involved in any nefarious activity. I cannot get myself there to say that he allowed TPUSA to become a fraudulent operation and moving money to people and through there. I cannot in my mind get there thinking in any way that he was a part of that. So I have to go ahead with the assumption that he was betrayed by those closest to him. This went on behind his back. How he didn't see it, I can't put my finger on it. Was he naive? Was he too nice? Was he just too busy? Was he in 100 places at once? Now, I've owned a few businesses in my life. One was relatively sizable, nothing even remotely close to this. But I understand running around with your head cut off as the founder and CEO. And you know what? You lose track. And I was betrayed by a couple of people closest to me too. Nothing like this. I'm still living, thank God. But I guess you can lose track. And when it's that big and it happened kind of explode on the scene, you think you're vetting these people correctly. You think they have your best interest. And maybe all of those people were good at one point in time. That's possible. And then maybe they had a choice to make. Do we go with Charlie? Or do we go with this effort to transform TPUSA someplace else? Meaning for financial gain, but also to change the messaging and to be more supportive of the cause of Israel, not the cause of America, and not of the cause that Charlie believed in that was changing minds. You cannot have power over the United States if the people are fully aware of what you're doing and resist against you. Our president, whatever administration it is, whoever's next, whoever's after that, as long as Bibi Netanyahu and maybe the person behind him when he gets out of office will be the same way, who knows? You can't have the opposition. We're what makes that country go. Am I correct? 9 million people, and I'm no expert on this, right? 9 million people of Israel is as powerful as they are because of what? Us? So I think near the end, as Candace has reported, he ordered an audit and he changed some structuring of some of the executives, one or more. If you have not if you have not followed at Leah Files on X, I highly recommend you do. My understanding is she's former Department of Defense, and she has run a lot of stuff on a lot of people over at TPUSA. I happen to have owned 8 or 9 LLCs, never to hide money, but I understand the benefits of an LLC to protect yourself personally and to have an umbrella set up so it can't pierce you personally. But in terms of making yourself hidden as the owner of it and running shell companies and all this type of stuff, I have never have done that. I have no direct knowledge of that in terms of how you do it from experience, but I've heard about how you do it. And Leah does a great job of putting this all together. She just did Colvit. Stacey Sheridan's about to come out. She's done many and is extremely talented in putting all the pieces together. So at Leah Files, she doesn't pay me. I've had one, question for her that she answered. That's the extent of it. Don't know her, never met her. She's not paying me. We don't talk, nothing like that. I became interested and intrigued by the way her reporting was and what she was putting out there. That's the extent of it. But I think as in any case, and this is what she does, you follow the money, and I'm the why guy. I'm less interested in what and who until I find out why. That's me in business. That's me in sports analysis. That's as a coach, understanding your players, understanding people. I've mentored people. I have to understand the why. Why are they doing this? If I could find out the why, then I can help transform them. So I think the why behind it all is important. And I think that's because they couldn't have Charlie messaging anymore. And it was infiltrated to be under different control. And if Charlie was out of the way, then it's smooth sailing. So how would you pull something like that off? Again, this is my opinion only. Do you threaten people that your life is in danger and against their will you are forced to do it? And it's kind of like omerta in the mafia. You can't say anything. You can't leave. It could be. I don't know that it is, but people could be threatened and their family could be threatened if they don't follow suit with exactly what is being asked. And I think we all know who the head of that is. And I think we all have realized that there must have been some handlers involved very close to him, potentially. I say potentially, and this is my opinion, potentially the person who lived with him. The closest person. I think, and this is part of my problem, when I got betrayed, I trusted way too easily. I wouldn't call myself a naive person, because before ever building that relatively significant size business, I was more of the cynical type. But I was the nice guy. I would always do first before receive and these types of things. And that's obviously what Charlie is. I think that was in his soul. That was his makeup. I think he was the type of person easily to take advantage of. And he's running around in all these different places. You can't possibly keep an eye on all those balls. So he orders the audit, which we don't know what else was said around that. If you ordered an audit, you're giving a reason why. Do we know that exact reason why? I don't think we do. We can surmise why it is, but if he ordered that, he gave a reason internally why he was ordering that. And how long was that before he was actually executed? I don't have the exact time in front of me, but it was darn near the end. And the powers that be had to get him out before he found out where the money was, where it was coming from, where it was going, who was involved, who betrayed him, and all the rest. So those are the reasons why I think that part.